Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss another topic, that is Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan is a national program launched by the Government of India with the main objective of universalization of elementary education. It is operative in the country with the active assistance and cooperation of the state governments, local bodies and NGOs working in this field since 2000. Three important aspects of universal elementary education are access, enrollment and retention of all children in 6 to 14 years of age. For providing legal truth for the success of its Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, the Government of India has brought out a legislative measure known as Right to Education Act 2009, which makes emphasis on making free and compulsory elementary education a fundamental right for all the children in the age group of 6 to 14 years. The introduction of this act has ensured the required access, enrollment and retention of all children in the system of school education for the realization of the main objective of the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Let's see some objectives of SSA policy. Number 1, 8 years of quality education. The foremost objective of the policy is to provide free and compulsory education to all children between the age group of 6 to 14 years. When a child enters a school, his 8 years are precious for him and even for the nation. If he gets quality-based education, the objective of policy can be achieved. Second one is to develop values through education. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan policy fulfills the aim of values development among children. Values are helpful to develop the personality of one and formulate his character. Its aim is to allow children to learn about and master their natural environment in a manner that allows the fullest harnessing of their human potential, both spiritually and materially. Number 3, improve quality of education at national level. SSA improves the quality of education at national level. It helps to approach the individual even after impairment to reach the destinations of qualitative education. Next point is remove social and regional differences. This education is for all children of the country. It will remove the gap of social and regional differences. Values play a significant role in the life of everyone. It improves the personal and social life of disabled children. The ethical, social and cultural values must be inducted in disabled children through education. These values are helpful for making them able to move ahead in society. Next one is take care and development of early stage children. Even early 6 years of a child must have important in his life. It is his milestone stage. So the policy draws attention towards this stage. If a child gets proper attention and development at this stage, it may be helpful for him to get the proper objective of the policy. Now moving further with the main goals were undertaken in 2011 by SSA policy. The government will open new schools in those areas which do not have any schools. It will also expand existing schools' infrastructures and maintenance. And addresses inadequate teacher numbers, and provide training or development for existing teachers. It is committed to provide quality elementary education, including life skills, with a special focus on the education of girl and children with special needs as well as computer education. And SSA is a visionary scheme of government of India to increase literacy percentage in the population and children, especially to avail benefits from education for better future living. There has been more emphasis on qualitative education, by which a child can improve his physical, mental, social development. Right from the beginning, the SSA has been focusing on the special group of children who were facing barriers and negligence or exclusion from the mainstream of school education, or rather being denied access to education for one or the other reasons. Such special focus groups marked under SSA were the girls, SC and ST children, children with special needs, urban deprived children, and children in difficult circumstances. In realization of its primary goal of universalization of elementary education, the SSA is pushing the philosophy of inclusion, that is, embracing all in the system of school education, including the children with special needs or suffering from disabilities, as may be clear from the following assertion made in the SSC. The greatest challenge is encountered from the children with special needs for the implementation of the zero rejection policy. The SSA is adopting multi-model approach for reaching the children with special needs, for getting them enrolled in the system of education by adopting various alternatives like below. Number 1, providing assistance and support to regular schools for the inclusion of disabled children. And number 2, running the education guarantee scheme, which is meant for addressing the inaccessible habitation where there is no formal school within the radius of 1 kilometer and at least 15 to 25 children of 6 to 14 years age group who are not going to school are available. Number 3, providing alternative education interventions for specific categories of very deprived children, for example, child labor, street children, migration children, working children, children living in difficult circumstances, etc. And number 4, adopting bridge courses and back to school camps strategies for enabling the children return to the mainstream of schooling. It is meant for the children who did not join the school or dropped out before completing their schooling or do not fit into the system of regular schools due to their exceptional disabilities or incapabilities. Now the last point is facilitating home-based education for the children with special needs. Let's see Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan and inclusive education. It has various aspects in the field of education like Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan clears that the needs of disabled children can be fulfilled with the help of education. They need a free and proper environment of school for proper learning. There should be no partiality among disabled. Identification of children will be done with help of primary health centers in urban areas and Anganwadi in rural areas. Evaluation of the disabled children will be done on the basis of their special needs. A special team at the block level will be set up for fulfillment. Enrollment of disabled students will be increased in school for learning. These children will be provided appropriate help by Government of India, national organizations, state welfare departments and NGOs. These agencies can help them to remove their problems in any field. And these institutions will appoint a resource room and resource teacher for the education of special educational needs learners. They can help these disabled children. Apart from that, the special teacher should have special skills. They will be guided by training from different institutions. It will help them to understand their problems. And special educational needs learners have their own needs. Education must be given by experts as well as parents for disabled children. Every possible effort will be done by special teachers to make this plan successful. And more important point is parent cooperation and participation towards every work will be done easily so that different types of programs and orientation training programs must be organized for removing the needs of disabled children. So in this lecture we have seen Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Thanks for listening to me.